Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I have another anniversary album review for you. It is the 20th anniversary of The World Needs a Hero by the band Megadeth. So before I begin, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more. So I'm going to begin with a new format for these anniversary reviews. I will start out with like a background on the album, you know, like previous releases, the lineup, the overall sound, the album art. Then I will talk about my 3 favorite songs on the album and my 3 least favorite songs on the album. And I think this album is the perfect album for this format because this is a type of album that has some really like great songs and a couple songs that are really not too great. So The World Needs a Hero was released on May 15th, 2001, and it's the first album on Sanctuary Records. They left Capitol Records. This is the last album with Jimmy DeGrasso on drums and the only album with Al Pitrelli on guitar. Al Pitrelli is actually a well-known metal guitarist. He's played with Alice Cooper and Savatage, amongst other bands. And this is also the last album with David Ellefson, also known as the guy who just learned how the internet works. But David Ellefson, he actually would return to the band later in 2010. And the album art for this, it is really cool. It has Vic Rattlehead busting out of Dave Mustaine's chest. This album art is very reminiscent of like the classic movie Alien. I like it a lot. And this is also the first album with Vic Rattlehead since 1990's Rust in Peace, and I thought that was very interesting when I read it because it was something I just never realized. This album is a return to thrash metal after their last album, Risk. Now, Risk is often considered their worst album. In my opinion, I thought it was a really good album, but you have to look at it like an alternative rock record. It was a critical and commercial failure, but you know, Megadeth fans were expecting a heavy thrash record. I would like to do a full video on Risk someday. I feel it's worth revisiting, but let's talk about the other album. So I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite songs, and I will do it in order. So it'll be my first favorite, then my second favorite, then my third favorite, and the same for my least favorites. So my favorite is the song Disconnect, and this is the album opener. The opening riff, I just really love it. It's just so catchy. It's not a very fat song, it's just the riff and the intro is so great. I really like how the guitar sounds. It's really clear throughout the song. There's a breakdown with a really great like bass line that goes right into the guitar solo. The song continues with these like palm muted riffs and some really great lead guitar fills. And I think I like this because it's a little more of like a doomier like version of Megadeth, and Megadeth doesn't really have too many of those types of songs. My second favorite song is called Dread and the Fugitive Mind, and this one reminds me of something that could have been on like Countdown to Extinction. It has that like start-stop riff, and the intro kind of reminds me a little bit of Sweating Bullets. I really like the main riff on this one. It's just classic Megadeth. It just has that really great riff. I really like the breakdown with like the machine gun riffing and the melodic lead guitar playing. There's some really cool like guitar lead work, like some like squeals like that. You can hear it in the breakdown like right before the solo. Guitar solo is really good, very technical and very melodic. My third favorite is Moto Psycho, and this was probably one of the singles and one of the most like well-known songs from the album, and it just has that classic Megadeth sound. Pretty much has everything you want in a Megadeth song. It's really great, it's heavy, has some really great like layered vocals in the chorus, and the riffs are very like thrashy, and it's a really good song. Now let's talk about the ones that I didn't like. So my least favorite is Return to Hangar, and this is a sequel to Hangar 18 from Rust in Peace. Now the problem with like this, like unlike the movies, like song sequels don't really work, and usually like a band tries to do one and it's kind of like rehashing the original riffs, but they kind of like want to like change it a little and make it sound new, and it really like usually doesn't work. In this case it doesn't work well. I don't know if you know a song sequel that you like, you know, let me know in the comment section. So but this one doesn't really work for me. The original, it's an awesome song off of one of the best albums, or maybe their best album, but I think the song doesn't really have the same staying power as the original. My second least favorite is When. This is the longest song. It's 9 minutes and 14 seconds, and this is the ending track. Probably also the longest song in the entire catalog. You know, Megadeth is known for having these like concise, like 4 to 6 minute songs. But I think this one is too long, and another problem is that it just like rehashes the main riff from Diamond Head's Am I Evil? And Dave Mustaine even said that that was intentional. But I don't really think that really makes the song any better. It just kind of sounds like a weird remake of Am I Evil? It doesn't really work. It's too long. It's unoriginal, and for that reason, it's my second least favorite. My third least favorite is 1,000 Times Goodbye. Now, the song the instrumental parts of the song are not that bad. I like the opening riff, has like a palm muted riff. I like that part. It's just that these relationship songs don't really work well. Like in a Megadeth song, Dave Mustaine has written a few of them, and this song is just filled with voicemails of a woman who was basically like breaking up with a guy, and these voicemails just go on like throughout the song. And there's even like at one point in the song she admits to cheating on him on a business trip while they're still in a relationship, and then she says she wants to be friends, but then she says she will take him back later if this new guy doesn't work out. And I'm thinking, you know, like what kind of freaking tool is gonna go back to this woman after she does all this? I mean, we don't need all this drama in a Megadeth song, and that is why I don't like it. So that is it. Comment below on your thoughts on this album, and you know, let me know what are some of your favorite songs or least favorite songs. So up next is another like anniversary album. I have one for Tool, and then one for Rainbow, and a couple others, Billy Joel and Paul McCartney. And I'm going to be linking some other videos up here. There's another channel called The Fire Burns Within, and you know, he's a friend of mine. He did one on this particular album a few days ago, so I'm going to link it, or try to link it. Hopefully it should be right there, and then some of my other videos will be there and there. So please check those out, check out my other reviews, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.